I think even like the last event we did in Norfolk, where there was members getting B2B deals like while there and stuff like that. Someone comes up to you and goes, "Oh, I just got another sale."
Yeah.
And like there's little bits that stick out like that.
The one in the summer last year, I can't remember where we were. And we had a member literally on a call closing a B2B, like he had to go off from the event to close a B2B deal. And we're like seeing it in real time, which is amazing.
It's about being proactive as well. It's, okay, well, you got to know, right, why do you think you got that no? Was it the way you even approached that door? Or is it, okay, you're drawing traffic to a website, well, where are they dropping off? Like you said, installing plugins or whatever, or the themes. And it's just basically taking a step back sometimes, analysing it. And I don't want to go too data critical to this podcast, but you can look into the data and you can look into the no's, and then you start finding clues and then work around that. Being proactive is one of the biggest things in business in general.
Yeah.
With websites specifically, 1%. I remember doing this. So there was a store back a while ago that sold female clothing, and when she first came onto us, she had a 0.56%, so not a great percentage at all. But what we did small altercations on a website, and she went to a 1.7. Now, what do you think? She's only gone up by 1.2%. But in terms of website conversions and that how that multiplies, she then triples her sales by 1%.
Yeah.
That's what it takes, is implementing small little things.
So guys, thanks for joining me on this podcast this morning. We're obviously getting prepared for the members event today. So I thought we could talk a little about events, retreats, and the things we do after events and retreats to get our members' feedback and how to improve going forward.
Yeah, I think there's so much that goes into the preparation of it. Looking into how we can better develop them, how we can better understand like both the event days and stuff like that, as well as obviously how that customer insight knowledge better builds brands and understanding. But I think there's so many different like moments that stand out for the events. From like my first event, I remember coming down and stuff like that. Back when I think Aaron asked me on my first event, it was the Aviator Hotel. We did the Christmas one.
Oh yeah,
that was a good one.
And, yeah, it was the first time I met you as well.
Yeah, it was a good one.
Aaron asked me, he was like, "Oh, can you be in picture?" Because at the time, obviously, I never showed my face and stuff like that. And that was that was what, 2 years ago now, maybe 3 years ago.
Yeah,
yeah. Free, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
3 Christmases ago.
Yeah.
To now where, like I said, we're now hosting our own events and stuff like that. Like we're more doing it quite regular, and I think the benefits of it. And I think there's still quite a few members that I remember meeting at that event that are still members now.
100%.
And you can like watch the journey and stuff like that. It's interesting to see the growth. But I remember there's little points in time. I think even like the last event we did in Norfolk, where there was members getting B2B deals like while there and stuff like that. Someone comes up to you and goes, "Oh, I just got another sale."
Yeah.
And like there's little bits that stick out like that.
The one in the summer last year, I can't remember where we were. And we had a member literally on a call closing a B2B, like he had to go off from the event to close a B2B deal. And we're like seeing it in real time, which is amazing, because obviously members will message us and say, "Oh, I've just closed this," but like you actually seeing him do the call in front of you.
The good thing about the events and the retreats and everything like that, because we're working actually with the members on the same day as well, so they're getting instant results. Like you're doing their Facebook ads, changing their creatives or changing whatever you need to change, and then getting results there and then. And it's the same B2B emails and stores and everything. So they're so valuable for everyone to just attend. But then, as you were saying, straight after it as well, we then learn a lot about it as well. Yeah. It's not just the members who get something out of it.
No, 100%. And I think it's not only, we learn a lot when we go away and do our experts retreats, but again, just being that collaborative of a team and being in the same area, obviously, of the experts, Ryan, Reece and Tami yourselves as well, is like you learn so much from just being in their environment.
Yeah.
And I think it gives you a sense of urgency and a sense of inspiration when you come away from the event as well. It's like you're now prepared to understand, okay, what's my next steps and stuff like that. And I think that just not just for members, but also for experts. Like I said, we go, okay, this is giving me this idea. I can work with Reece on this idea. We can then, how can we take the next steps for the members and stuff like that? And it's that sense of excitement and understanding that we can have a Zoom call, we can talk on the phone and stuff like that, but sometimes actually being in someone's presence and stuff like that and being face to face to understand it just helps so much more.
Yeah, literally last night we were chatting. I'm not going to say it just in case it's not implemented by then, for whenever this is live. But we were up to 1 a.m. last night, chatting about something that's potentially coming to the B2B. And that's what that's what it takes. We're up to 1, 2 a.m. the night before, sometimes the night after, just chatting like what's working, what's not working, what can we do, just learning. Every day's learning.
And that entire idea came from a member's experience. Yeah. From what they're doing and stuff. So events are great, like always leveling them up. And this event we're going to learn a lot that we can implement into our next one as well. Yeah,
and we're constantly bouncing ideas as well. Like we all live in different ends of the country. You live where there's no electricity.
It's true, candlelight.
But like everyone lives in different areas, and then we're obviously doing our individual Zoom calls on a daily basis. So that then when we do meet up, we've all got these different ideas and we're literally sat till late at night saying, right, what about this? What about this? With our feedback or what we've done, how about try this? That's why we are up till late at night half the time, but the night before, just bouncing ideas. And I think it's great.
Yeah, because I think because we do have a good good members base and stuff like that, like sometimes like some of the members that I may not have spoke to, you'll have spoke to, but then I'll only get the story, I'll only get their idea when we come together as a collective. It's not something that we'll mention on Zoom, stuff like that. So it's only when you come together and go, all right, yeah, but then have you tried this way? And let me speak to them and stuff like that. Like I said, it's that idea of like, we come together, and I think I posted the meme and stuff like that. It's like morphing time, like your Power Rangers, you suit up and stuff like that. We come together. And it's how you can like kind of develop it like that. Like I said, the event days and stuff like that are probably one of the most important parts of change. So I think it is, as much as we are an education platform, as much as we try and develop people and obviously create that financial freedom online, we are a community. I think that's the strongest part, and the reason why we are successful is because you create that community.
How many times we've come from these retreats and these days and events, I always get mixed up, and all of a sudden people are helping each other in different capacities.
Yeah, because it's not just mixing with the experts, it's the other members that are there. And sometimes people can be in a similar niche and they can be talking about their experience, and then something clicks.
It could be something subtle as well.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, have you tried this? Oh.
Yeah, no. And it's like that one little gold nugget. Like if that's all you got from the day, which I'm sure it isn't all you will get from an event, but like that could be the game changer.
Well, that's literally what's happening with. So on the last one we've done in Essex, Adam, he got onto Debenhams, while we were there, and then he's given the information to other members who different products.
4 or 5 now.
Yeah, and they're all now getting their products from Debenhams, which is huge. It's an international company. Yeah. So that's why they're valuable, because the community, like you said, is key for this.
And I think like leading on to how that relates to business and building your brands and continually to evolve. Like I said, I think in any instance in business or anything you do, it's evolve or extinct. There's no stagnant. You can't be stagnant in whatever you do. But that customer insight and that customer relationship that you build is how you constantly develop. And I think it's what we try and put at the forefront of our mind is like, okay, we're never happy with, this might be a really good training video, but okay, what's the next step? How can we further develop? And I think that's testament to Reece, who's constantly on the themes of the website and stuff like that. I don't know how many updates we've done on the themes and stuff like that.
Too many, mate. Too
many. But as I think we released something. Was it on Christmas Day we released it?
Yeah, so we've had a theme for like the last year, but we've been working on a new theme, which we released to Inner Circle members on Christmas Day. And this new
Merry
theme...
Christmas.
Merry Christmas, yeah. These themes, like, they take so much time to develop. This one alone, I'd say a good 6 months to get it to where it's been. A lot of money, we're talking like 20, 25k just to get everything ready for it. But the reason for us doing that is because it helps people
100%.
Build their brands, 100%. Develop their stores over time, and it helps our community level up. So with the themes, like, it's a no-brainer for us to push them into our community, and you can't get them anywhere else. So
and the good thing is we sort of know like the calendar when we're going to do the next retreats or the next events, and we're all proactively looking at, okay, what can we bring to the party for that next event, to then how we can then implement it, because we're going to be chatting about it. But like you said, the themes, I know we're all looking at other courses that can help us do, bring in. We're just basically trying to stay on top of everything, because like you said there, if you just sit down and think, oh, we're getting comfortable, everyone's doing all right, then we just die.
Yeah. And that is like why we're up, like you said, till 1, 2 every time we get together, no matter because we live apart, we can't be on Zooms constantly all the time, because we're all come together and just clash all these ideas around, and then we're like, well, we can do this, we can implement this, what about this, have we researched this a bit further so we can then put that in the training. We don't just think, okay, the training's there, everyone's doing well, and just leave it as that.
I think the good thing as well is that we're not all hug and sing and stuff like that. We're not all praising each other and stuff like that. If you come with a rubbish idea, you're getting told it's a rubbish idea.
You're good at that.
I'll tell you if it's a rubbish idea, and then you'll tell me.
Rubbish ideas.
Yeah, I am especially good at rubbish ideas. That's what I try and develop.
You're good at that.
Yeah, I'm good at that. But I think there's like I said, as much as we try and praise each other and it's very uplifting and stuff like that. But if the way that you develop, and that you're not going to develop as a person, you're not going to develop any skills if you're just saying yes to everything. If you have a bunch of yes men around you, then you're not going to develop in sense of there's no circle around you that's going to be valuable.
Yeah.
It's the more value comes from, there's so much more weight and there's so much more value that comes from a no, and there's so much more of an education and a learning that comes from a no than if I was to say yes to every idea that you came to us and stuff like that. And that's with experts and members alike. Like there's so many times where I've gone to an expert, I've gone to a member, and I've gone, it's not a great idea.
Yeah.
I like it's not. And it's the way that you develop it. I think it's not just, I'm just going to say no to someone. There's always a reason why I'm going to say no. And it's that explanation that they then take and learn from it. And then it's that understanding. Because like I said, if you were to say yes to every idea, realistically, we'd be nowhere.
Yeah.
Well, we want the best out of every situation. And we want everyone to do well. And being transparent and saying, no, I don't think that's a good idea. Maybe try this. It's much better than just saying, that's keep
just
going.
leading them down the wrong path.
Yeah, it's just not.
But you must see that a lot, Alex, in members with B2B deals. Like when they come away with a no, obviously it could be disheartening, but that's the learning process, and what they can take from that is.
And I think this is what Ryan and you guys always say, is the process is being rejected.
Yeah.
Embrace it. I'd rather have no's, 100 no's, than no one come back to me at all.
There is a theory, and I can't remember what it's called, but I learned it when I did door-to-door sales when I was younger and stuff like that. And it was like,
of course you did that.
Of course, but I was smashed door-to-door sales. No one got out of the way.
He's done every job there is.
I don't know why, but yeah, I've had a lot of chef, door-to-door sales, banking. But when I was doing door-to-door sales, you learn and understanding. It's like, if there's 100 doors and you knock on 99 out of them 100 doors are going to say no, but one of them's going to say yeah.
Yeah.
But you're not going to know which one says yeah. So, but if you, after the first 10, you got 10 no's, if your attitude changes, they're all going to be no's.
Yeah.
So you've got to be positive and saying, all right, the next one's going to be no. But then if you think about it as well, every no, celebrate the no's, because every no is one step closer to a yeah.
Yeah.
So you've got to celebrate the losses sometimes. And that's a mindset change. And we've done countless podcasts on mindsets and stuff like that. But a lot of it is how you receive that no, and how you obviously understand and develop yourself into how you can then go, okay, that no isn't a negative thing. It's understanding that, okay, that no means, okay, what have I got to do? How have I got to adapt? How can I approach the situation differently next time? What have I going to do to better myself? But again, it's one step closer to a yeah.
That no is also transferable to what you do in terms of clicks to a website and no conversions, or me, it's how many emails you sent out, or how many samples you sent out, or
well, it's that customer feedback. Like I was saying, that customer insight is how you continually to develop. There's so many ways of receiving a customer insight. There's the traditional ones like, okay, I'm going to send out a review, I'm going to send out a questionnaire and stuff like that. Like I'm going to go and ask someone, but there's also in like the indirect ways of someone, like you said there, you're not getting a purchase on your website. That essentially is a no. Someone's gone into your website and said, no, okay, what is there that I can do? Let's install Lucky Orange. Let's have a look into mapping the website and stuff like that. Let's see what theme I've got. And like I said, there's countless number of tests that Reece has done with the website and stuff, and the theme. Like we all look into the theme and stuff like that. There's probably paragraphs that we send to Reece and go, these are just suggestions, but these are what I would say. And again, we might be wrong. I'm never saying I'm not always right. I am always right. But there might be elements of where what we're saying can't always be correct. But more than likely, I've said it to you because I've got the experience to develop it.
It's about being proactive as well. Okay, well, you got a no, right? Why do you think you got that no? Was it the way you even approached that door, or is it Or is it, okay, you're drawing traffic to a website. Well, where are they dropping off? Like you said, installing plugins or whatever, or the themes. And it's just basically taking a step back sometimes, analysing it. And I don't want to go too data critical into this podcast, but you can look into the data and you can look into the no's, and then you start finding clues and then work around that. Being proactive is one of the biggest things in business in general.
Yeah, that's similar to like the store theme as well. Like people that design stores and stuff, like if it's not working, like instead of trying again, like let's take a step back, look at what you've got and how can we improve that? What's going on? Is there anything that, needs fixing? It is essentially trusting the process. Like, if you get, like what you're saying, Anthony, if you get 10, 15, 20 no's in a row, it doesn't mean it's not working. We need to keep pushing it, trust the process. And that comes down in every aspect, marketing.
Everything's a numbers game.
Yeah.
I think it's a numbers game. Far too often, too many people press the panic button after the 10th or 15th no, and then they think, right, I've got to recreate the reel. How many times do people come to you? And this is where we see stagnating people's success, and they don't really process as quick as what some other people do, and they'll go, I've been here and stuff like that, and I've not done this, or before I joined I had this, that, X, Y, and Z, and stuff like that. But it's because they've probably gone from one idea to the next idea to the next idea to the next idea. Like they've had several brands before they've come to us, and that's what we try and do. Is like sometimes where you have to slow people down.
Yeah,
you have to go, okay, you've got. It's not just about trusting the process. Enjoy the process.
Yeah, definitely.
Enjoy that sense of development. Enjoy that sense of failure sometimes. And like I said, it's about training your mind to understand that it's not failure, it's a part of development. And every element is like the snowball effect. You're going to start slow, it's going to be very slow, but you're gathering data. Like I said, if you've not seen a sale for the first 2 months marketing, okay, what have I gained though? And it's understanding that there's always if you're paying for a service or you're paying for people to go to your website, if you're posting regularly on your Instagram and stuff like that, not even within a paid avenue, if you're sending 100 emails, on B2B, you're sending, there's data there, and it's that sense of development and understanding of that data of how you progress forward. Understanding, like I said, if you've sent 100 emails and you've not got a response, have you asked anyone to look into your email? Have you just created that email? Have you, with a website, some people build their own websites. Fair enough, fantastic. If you want to build your own website, that's great. But then have you gone to Reece, who's an expert in the field, who knows what it takes to increase your conversion rate? Or do you somewhat sit there by yourself and think, it looks really good, why are people not purchasing?
Yeah.
Because I think you can be ignorant to your own success sometimes 100%. Because it's your own product and it's your own brand and stuff like that, and you think it's all mighty and all amazing, when sometimes that power of someone saying, okay, let's change this slightly. In the terms of websites specifically, 1%, and I remember doing this, so there was a store back a while ago that sold female clothing, and when she first came onto us, she had a 0.56%, so not a great percentage at all. But what we did small altercations on a website, and she went to a 1.7. Now, what do you think? She's only gone up by 1.2%. But in terms of website conversions and that how that multiplies, she then triples her sales by 1%.
Yeah,
that's what it takes, is implementing small little things. Yeah, and it's one thing that I've started trying to push more side from the B2B capacity is it's not just your side hustle. It's not just because if you treat it like your side hustle, you won't put 100% into it. Try and push it to be a fully functional business, so that then what you then do is you look at everything around, not just the emails you're sending out. You look at, right, what time are even sending an email out? Loads of different things you start then looking at or taking into consideration. And yeah, it's just making sure that one, your mindset's on, because I think
you say it's a side hustle, it's going to be a side hustle.
Yeah, and you're not going to put enough time or effort. You're not going to be proactive. You're just going to let it do its thing, and then wonder why, and say 6 months' time why you haven't got results. And that's the biggest thing mindset-wise. And I'm trying to push from a B2B capacity is treat it like a business entity, because you wouldn't just, if you're working on it 12 hours a day, you're not just going to let it just fizzle out.
Yeah,
because you need it.
Yeah,
comes down to the law of attraction as well, don't it?
Yeah.
If someone wants something bad enough, or like if you're, as an example, if you want to build a business that's going to, be bringing you in 6 figures and stuff, but you don't believe it, how are you going to achieve that? Like, I
think it's mental that there's so many books in it and stuff like that, but that law of attraction and that self belief, that manifesting your success it's crazy, to be honest with you.
It's all goal setting, isn't it?
How the success is,
yeah.
But it's it's like if you manifest it and stuff like that and you continue to develop it, it's weird how it works. So, because like I said, you do start to think about the more yeses you're going to get and stuff like that. You can start to picture how you're going to succeed in the yes and stuff like that, how you're going to continue to develop it. And I think it's mad how it actually works.
You don't just become lucky. You put in small little steps to get to there. It doesn't just happen overnight or anything like that.
Yeah.
And manifesting, like you said there, you're putting into them steps, but it's one of them things that you're just, right, how do I get there? You're implementing it. And then people from the outside might say, oh, yeah, that was lucky you got that break or you got that deal. No, it was the 4,000 emails I sent before that, along that example. But going back to the events where we are now, it is it's great to see how far people come as well.
Yeah.
I don't know how you guys, but you see someone who's just come through the door, say 6 months ago, and all of a sudden their store's up and running, they're getting sales, advertising, creatives, whatever it is. This is what I like seeing, and this is why change is amazing, because of the community.
That's what actually that aviator event, there was a member and he come up to me. I'd never met him in person before, and I'd recommended him a book, and he came up to me just to say, oh, I really loved that book. And now he's doing like nearly 6-figure months with us. And like just the journey, like back then, he'd barely begun, and he was just like reading books, trying to get his mindset right. And he attends a lot of events. So it is like every couple of months you see a little more progress of his journey. It's like amazing, because you see them through it all. Like the people that come regularly, like it's even better because you can see it.
And then you take it up another level when we do the retreats where we're, with you guys or whoever the members for over 4 days, and just spending that one-on-one time. It could be a couple hours by a swimming pool. You got your laptop out, and because there's no pressure as well, there's no time constraint. Then it's like, you then start chatting, and then you start like just getting to know each other. It's on a personal level, which then helps with the business side as well. Yeah, definitely. Because then you work out what works for each other, and it's just amazing. I think the community feel for it.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. And I think moving forward, especially this year, the events, the retreats can be bigger and better. One thing, I don't think we mentioned this webinar, is the live workshops as well. Bringing that for the community, which we should be launching very soon. As well, which is exciting. So just another angle of a type of event where people can come to level up, develop their brands, everything like that. So I'm excited for them.
Because I think they're going to be totally different to our normal events, because like what we were saying at the beginning of the podcast about members' feedback, we have our events very casual, so people have the opportunity to sit down with you, rather than like us just speaking at them. Like, so the workshop events are different entirely, because we've got people, like, you are actually sitting down working on it. It's going to be a smaller environment and like more focused. So I think they're going to be...
There's also a chance with the workshops where we might be bringing in experts in the creative field and stuff like that, where it might be, like I said, people that we've worked with. Like, I know obviously members have worked with Chanel and stuff like that, but like understanding the development of how you go from A to B with a creative and stuff like that. Like obviously we have an excellent team and stuff like that, but there are people that we do lean on sometimes for different content stuff and stuff like that. So I think that shows differently as well. And like I said, we're trying to expand on where we cover every aspect and develop it that way. But I think that's to be fair, you've just released something as well, haven't you? Like, we're trying to do the coffee mornings, and you've got the lunch with Alex. So
we're just trying different things all the time.
Trying to be there as much as possible. But I think, like I said, I think that's perfect to kind of end and wrap up on. I think, like I said, the event we've got the event in half an hour, and like I said, the event represents what change is. It's a community coming together and bettering each other. I think that's where we want to be and where we always strive to be.
Can I just finish on one thing? And so the one question I get all the time is, look, can I come to an event even if I haven't got a business yet, or if I have not made any sales? Yes.
Always.
Because this is what it's about.
Yeah, exactly.
Thanks for joining us, guys.
Thanks.
Cheers.